Magandang araw mga bata. Ngayon naman ay ating pag-aralan ang Quarter 2 Mathematics 9 para sa weeks 1 to 3. Ang aralin na ito ay nahahati sa 4 since meron tayong 4 kinds of variation. So sa part 1, ang ating pag-aaralan ay direct variation. Sa part 2 ay inverse variation. Sa part 3 ay joint variation. And sa part 4 ay combined variation. So tara, atin ang simulan. Ano nga ba ang direct variation? So dito, meron tayong dalawang variable which is y and x. Kung saan, kapag si y ay nag-increase, si x dapat ay also mag-i-increase. Kapag naman si y ay nag-decrease, si x ay dapat mag-decrease. The statements y varies directly as x, y is directly proportional to x, and y is proportional to x. Ito yung mga keywords or statement na nagsasabi na ang iyong variation is direct. Okay? And since yung direct variation, okay, ay may equation, ganito natin siya paano isusulat. So, y is equal to kx, where k is the constant of variation. And si y and x, ito yung tinatawag nating variable. Na minsan ay nagbabago ng letters depende sa statement na binasa. Pag-aralan natin ngayon kung paano sumulat ng equation gamit ang iba't ibang statements. So number 1, the fare F of a passenger varies directly as the distance D of his destination. So syempre ang pamasahe natin ay nakadepende kung gaano kalayo tayo sasakay. Okay, so from the equation y is equal to kx, okay, si y ay papalitan natin ng big letter F, which is yung pamasahe fare, and x is D for distance. So this is our equation. Okay, F is equal to KD. Then number 2, the cost C of fish varies directly as its weight W in kilograms. So, di ba kapag tayo ay bumibili ng isda, ang halaga ng isda na binibili natin ay depende sa kanyang kilo. So, from y is equal to kx, si y ay papalitan natin ng big letter C and si x ay papalitan natin ng W for weight ng fish. Next naman, an employee's salary S varies directly as the number of days he worked. So, syempre, yung sahod natin nakadepende kung ilang araw tayo pumapasok. Alright? So, from the equation y is equal to kx, si y ay papalitan natin ng x at si s and si x ay papalitan natin ng d. Then, number 4, the area A of a square varies directly as the square of its sides. Okay, so syempre ang laki ng area ay nakadepende sa kanyang sides. Okay, so si y ay papalitan natin ng A for area and si x ay papalitan natin ng s squared since ang tinutukoy dito ay squared of its sides. The distance D traveled by a car varies directly as its distance S. So from y is equal to kx, y will become D and X is S for speed. So, ganun lang kadali magsulat ng equation gamit ang mga statements. Okay? So, depende sa given kung ano yung variable na inyong gagamitin. Hindi laging Y and X. Okay? Next, dito naman, the table below shows the point earned by grade A class for every number of kilograms of waste paper collected. Dito pag-aaralan natin, paano mo ba makikita kaagad kung ang table mo or graph ay direct variation. Okay? So, dito sa problem na ito, ang sabi, yung points daw ay nakadepende, points daw ng mga grade 8 ay nakadepende kung ilang kilogram daw na waste paper ang kanilang makokolekt. For example, isang kilo lang ang nakolekta nila. So, meron silang 10 points. Pag nagdalawang kilo na siya, ayan, magiging 20 points na siya. So, ibig sabihin, lumalaki siya habang lumalaki din yung kilogram na nakuha nila sa mga waste paper. Pag 3 na, so yun ay 30. Pag 4 kilos na, 40 points. Pag 5, So, meron ka ng 50. Sa 6 naman, meron kang 60. Ngayon, kung ating igagraph, so this is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is our x-axis. Okay, and this is our y. So, meron tayo ditong 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So, our first ordered pair is 110. Okay, so ito siya. So, ipa-plot natin siya dito. Okay. Okay, yan. Next ordered pair is 220. So, meron tayo dito. Ayan, plot lang natin. Next ay 330. Ayan. Next ay 440. Dito siya. So, kung mapapansin nyo sa graph natin, pataas, di ba? 550. Next. And 660. Ayusin ko lang to. Ay, para kita. So, kung mapapansin nyo, pataas siya. Ayan. Okay. Pataas yung ating graph. So, ibig sabihin, habang lumalaki yung kilogram niya, lumalaki rin ang points na na-earn ng mga grade 8. So, kung mapapansin nyo, pagka nakita nyo ang table nyo na ito ay puro pataas, yung baba, puro pataas din, ibig sabihin, yun ay directly proportional. So, yan ay direct variation. Okay, katulad din ito, pataas. Or, pwede namang, paano ma'am kapag pababang ganito? Okay, so, directly proportion din yun. Kung babalik ta rin naman natin, habang bumababa ang kilos habang maunti ang kilo na nakuha na waste paper, siyempre, konting points lang din yung kanilang mag-gain or ma-earn. Ngayon naman ay dumako tayo kung paano natin kukunin ang constant of variation or x gamit ang problem na ito. If y varies directly as x and y is 30 when x is 5, find k and the equation of variation. So, kung mapapansin nyo, ay ang ginamit nating variable dito is y and x. And ang ating kukunin naman ay k, which is the constant of variation, and the equation of variation. Okay? So, kunin muna natin ang mga given, which is y is equal to 30 and x is equal to 5. So, from the equation y is equal to kx, so si 30, ililipat lang natin kay y, and si 5, ililipat lang natin kay x. So, ganun lang siya kadali. So, si y is 30 and x is 5. Ngayon, gagamit tayo dito ng division property of equality since si k ay may katabing number. So, we will just divide it both side by 5 to cancel yung 5 na katabi ni k. So, this time, magkakameron tayo ng k is equal to 30 over 5, which is 30 divided by 5 is 6. So, our equation of variation is y is equal to 6x, where si 6 ay nanggaling kay k. Next is, kukunin naman natin dito si y. So, if y varies directly as x and the constant variation k is equal to 10, find y when x is 2. So, ang nawawala naman is si y, given si k at si x. So, si k ay 10, si x ay 2. So, we will just distribute 10 to k and 2 kay x. 10x. So, ito yung pinakamadali pagkuha kay y kasi imumultiply lang natin siya. So, 10 times 2 is 20. And our equation of variation is y is equal to 10x. Saan nanggaling si 10? Dun sa ating k constant variation. So, yan lang ang binabago, si k lang. Yung dalawang variable as is yan na nandyan lang sila. Next is, paano naman kukunin if si x ang nawawala? If y varies directly as x and the constant variation is 20, find x when y is 5. So, si k is 20, si y ay 5. So, si 20, ililipat lang natin siya or isa-substitute natin siya kay k and si 5 ay para kay y. So, substitute na natin, si y is 5, si k is 20. So, since may katabing number si x, gagamit ulit tayo ng division property of equality. I-divide natin siya both side by 20 para makancel yung number na katabi ni x. So, this time, your equation will become x is equal to 5 over 20 or 1 over 4. So, your equation of variation will become y is equal to 20x. Since yung 20 again ay kinuha natin sa ating constant of variation. So, k lang ang ating papalitan dyan. Next, x pa rin ang hinahanap natin. If y varies directly as x and the constant variation is 2 over 3, find x when y is 5. So, kung mapapansin nyo, si constant of variation ay fraction. Okay, sulat muna natin yan. Then, si y is 6. So, si 2 over 3, ililipat lang natin yan kay k. And si 6, ililipat lang natin yan kay x. Sorry, kay y. Okay? Then, substitute natin si y is 6, si k is 2 over 3. So, since meron tayo dyang denominator, gagamit tayo ng multiplication property of equality, we will multiply both side by 3. Kung ano yung denominator natin para makancel. Okay? So, makakancel yan. Dalawang yan. Okay. Ito, makakancel yan. Okay. Then, si 3 and 6, ano mangyayari kay 3 and 6? Imumultiply natin sila. Okay? Then, magiging 18 is equal to 2 over x. And since may katabi pa si x, gagamit tayo ng division property of equality. We will divide it both side by 2 para mawala yung number na katabi ni x. Makancel natin yan. Okay? So, meron tayong x is equal to 18 over 2 or x is equal to 9. And our equation of variation will become y is equal to 2 over 3x. So, again, si 2 over 3 ay galing kay k or constant of variation. At yung dalawang variable ay hindi ginagalaw. Okay? Next. So, this time naman, ayan, medyo mas level up na yung ating problem. If y varies directly as x, then if y is equal to 20 and x is equal to 2, find y when x is 4. Okay, so kukunin muna natin yung value ni x gamit ang y is equal to 20 and x is equal to 2. Okay, yun munang unang ating gagamitin since kompleto siya. Kompleto si y, kompleto si x. So, y is 20 and x is 2. So, since may katabing value si x, gagamit tayo ngayon ng division property of equality. We will divide it both side by 2. Okay, para makancel yung katabi ni k. And this time, maaari na nating isulat as k is equal to 20 over 2 or k is equal to 10. So, meaning to say, ang constant of variation natin ay 10 kung si y ay 20 and si x is 2. Ano naman daw si y kung si x ay 4? Okay, sulat lang natin ang given natin. K is 10 and x is 4. So, gamit ang ating equation, y is equal to kx. Si y ay wala. Si x is 10. Sorry, si k is 10 and si x ay 4. So, madali lang siya makuha dahil imumultiply lang natin siya. So, y is equal to 40. And our equation of variation will become y is equal to 4x since, that is 10. Alright? So, this is 10 dapat. Baguhin na lang natin. So, meron tayo ng typo, no? Alright, kasama yan. Okay, so this is 10. Hindi 4. Okay, so since ang ating k is 10. So, y is equal to 10x. Alright. Next. If y varies directly as x, and y is 6 when x is 18, find x when y is 5. So, unahin uli natin si y is equal to 6 and x is equal to 18. Sulat natin siya para makuha natin yung x, yung k niya, yung constant of variation. So, si y is 6 and x is 18. So, gamit ulit tayo ng division property of equality. I-divide natin both side by, syempre kung sino yung kasama ng letter ni k, which is 18. Para makuha natin yung value ni constant of variation, which is 6 over 18 or 1 over 3. Dito pa lang, kaya na nating isulat yung ating equation of variation. So, pero mamaya na yon. Kunin muna natin yung value ni x when y is 5. And remember, our k is 1/3. Okay, y is 5. So, substitute lang din natin. Y is 5, k is 1/3 x. So, since may denominator tayong 3, gagamit tayo ng multiplication property of equality and imumultiply natin both side by 3 para makancel. Okay? Yan. Both side by 3 para ito, this one and this one, makancel. So, wala ka ng denominator dyan. Okay? So, 3 and 5, we will multiply it. So, magiging 15, then 1x. So, dito na isama ko pa si 1x, pero pwedeng hindi na. Kasi yun na rin naman yun, no? Kapag ka may 1, pwedeng hindi nyo na gawin. So, idirekta nyo na x is equal to 15 na kaagad. Okay? So, our equation of variation is y is equal to 1/3 over x. Okay? So, remember, our constant of variation is 1/3. Okay? So, kaya ganyan ang equation of variation natin. Ito na yung last part. Okay? We will try to solve a real-life situation involving direct variation. A mailman can sort out 1,575 letters in 7 hours. If the number of sorted letters varies directly as the number of working hours, how many letters can be sorted in 10 hours? So, sabi dito, yung mailman daw ay nakakapag-sort ng 1,575 letters sa 7 hours. So, ilan naman ang letters na masasort niya sa 10 oras? So, yan yung ating given. So, 1,575 in 7 hours. So, ano daw yung K or yung constant of variation? So, gamit ang equation natin na y is equal to kx, papalitan natin si y ng L and si x ay t. So, we can substitute it into L is equal to 1,575 and si time ay 7 hours or yung T is 7. So, gagamit tayo dito ng division property of equality kasi may katabi si K. So, we will divide it both side by 7 para makancel. So, our K is 1,575 over 7 or 225. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong 225 letters na nasosort per hour. Ngayon, nakuha mo na to, maaari mo nang kunin kung ilang letters ang nasosort sa 10 hours. So, ang given natin ay, ang time ay 10 or T10, our K is 225. So, we can substitute it as L is equal to 225 times 10, which is 2,250 letters. Ibig sabihin, yan ang nasosort natin sa loob ng 10 oras.